Record. Hi everybody, I'm here with a man who probably needs no introduction, Keith Stroup, a mainstay of NORML's efforts to legalize marijuana in the United States and pave the way for legalization across the world. And Keith, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, my pleasure.
I wanted to ask you, Mark Emery's going into Canadian custody on Monday, about to be extradited to the United States to serve a 5-year term for selling marijuana seeds. What are your thoughts on that subject?
Well, I know Mark. I had a couple of occasions to be up there and to meet him, and I greatly admire the man. He's got enormous courage, and he's incredibly creative. He's way ahead of the curve in terms of his ideas. I mean, what we are now seeing in California was happening in his area, for a number of years.
Right.
So, even more importantly, I'll tell you honestly what I think about Mark. I think the single most important thing that has fueled the legalization of marijuana movement in the States is the pro-America movement. And it would not have been possible without Mark and a few people like Mark, in Canada mostly, some in Holland, but primarily in Canada, making high-quality seeds available. Otherwise, I mean, when I was first smoking and we first started NORML, domestic marijuana was trash. I mean, you wouldn't even want to smoke the stuff. We used to prize marijuana from Colombia or Jamaica or Mexico or Canada, but not the U.S. Well, let me tell you, that changed after a lot of Vietnam veterans came home and they first smoked marijuana in Vietnam. But they wanted to start growing in this country. But they had to have good seeds, and Mark Emery provided a lot of those seeds. And he was an honorable man, made a lot of money, and plowed it right back into legalization. So I greatly admire him. I think it's incredibly unfair that Canada would hand him over to the U.S. He's obviously wasn't someone who had done anything the Canadian officials thought was terrible, or they would have arrested and prosecuted him. This is a bullshit extension of the U.S. war on drugs. Now, having said that, I'm delighted that at least Mark worked out something where he will, we're all going to live long enough to see Mark back out and doing some other creative work. And frankly, if he didn't cut some kind of a deal in the U.S. got a hold of, he might be locked up for 30 years or something. So I'm terribly sorry he's going into custody. I hope it'll be the shortest possible period. And I know that the American consumers will continue to support Mark even now and when he gets out, because we're appreciative of the incredible assistance he gave us in growing America. We have, I think now, the best marijuana in the world is grown in America. But that wasn't the case before Mark Emery came in.
Some BC growers might take issue with that last one, but certainly we're all in the process of overgrowing our respective governments. And Keith, I thank you so much for taking the time today.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming.